Appreciate you joining us on Valley News Live. A dew point temperature is a measure of the moisture in the atmosphere, and that humid air, the air you can wear, is on its way into the northern plains. The green colors you see here are indicative of dew points in the 50s. Now, up in our parts of the country, 50s is average for summertime for dew points, and once we get into the 60s, we can really get some very wet thunderstorms. 70s, well, all of that also goes into decreasing the stability of the atmosphere. So with the added moisture, with the added heat, there's a lot more energy in the atmosphere. That creates lift and that creates thunderstorms. Now, tonight, there's a severe storm risk. Where you see the dark greens, that's a marginal risk. We might see a couple of storms produce some hail up to around 1 inch in diameter. There could be some with some gusty winds over 50 miles per hour in the green area. The light green area, just garden variety thunder shower possibilities. Where you see the yellows and oranges, that's where the focal point is. Fargo, Southern Valley into Sisseton, eastern South Dakota out towards St. Cloud. So our southeast counties and lakes country here could see some gusts over 58 miles per hour. We could see some hail for a few of you over 1 inch in diameter, and we cannot rule out an isolated tornado tonight, particularly in the far south and southeast counties. We'll be watching this very carefully for you, and I'll have more on that in a second with your hour-by-hour forecast. One cluster of storms exiting toward Duluth right now on the High 35 corridor. Down on I-29 through Sioux Falls, the main event is taking place. Notice all of the lightning with this, and you can actually see this counterclockwise spin as it spins its way through. There is a lot of rotation in the atmosphere with this system, and as we look at those lightning strikes, they're heading in towards the Morris and Benson area right now and drifting straight north. We're starting to see some development of lightning in Otterdale County. This is not far from Pelican Rapids, the Highway 108 corridor, as well as off in southeast North Dakota and Richland County as well. So thunderstorms developing here. I want to point out one thing. Let's take a look at something. Thunderstorm clouds that are in volatile atmosphere grow very tall in the atmosphere. These cloud tops are approaching around 40,000 feet where you see the dark blue. So they're kind of capped off. They're limited in their vertical growth right now. Notice the difference? Cloud tops over 50,000 feet where the energy is greater in the atmosphere. That is why areas in the Southern Valley, in the Lakes country, have the best chance at seeing the more robust thunderstorm activity and potentially the most severe tonight. 70s up and down the valley. It's cooler out in the western Dakotas right now, but at Hector, we're enjoying 73 degrees. It's cloudy. The east winds are gusting over 30 miles per hour at times. Right now, the latest measurement, 23 mile per hour gusts. Hour by hour forecast. As we take a look at that, this evening, thunderstorms forming here. This first wave that pushes through, maybe an isolated severe storm out of that, but the main event begins after the dinner hour, pushing in from Sioux Falls. You saw it, that stuff down by Morris and Benson now. Once that energy gets here, we could see a few of these storms start to become severe. If there's going to be any spins, it'll be in the early evening before sunset. Then after that, our risk for tornadoes wanes considerably. We'll still have that potential for hail and damaging straight line wind from these storms as they race northward. Notice if you're in North Dakota, fairly quiet tonight, just mainly the Red River Valley and points east as we go through the late night hours. After midnight, these are out of here and the risk is gone. Quiet for much of the overnight, and then look at this, racing in the morning, another round of storms after 5 a.m. As you're getting ready to head to work in places like Jamestown or the Southern Valley, we could see some strong, robust storms, particularly these fellows over here with the pink in them. Those will continue through mid-morning, working their way through the Highway 200 and Highway 2 corridor, and again, exiting to the north, leaving us with quiet weather and sunshine in the south and hot weather. The colors you see down here, energy in the atmosphere caused by the heat and humidity that's moving its way in. As temperatures approach 80 here, look at how cool it is up here. Hot, humid air clashing with cold, dry air. That's not a good combination. And we have shear in the atmosphere. Tomorrow, because of this, the storms that form in the evening down south and race northward will leave a risk for severe storms. That risk is greatest where you see this colorful stuff right here as we go through the day. And again, by the late night hours after midnight, it's out of here, leaving us with a quiet Friday night. There is a risk. This is the wind threat. Gusty winds, straight line winds in excess of 70 miles per hour will be possible in the areas you see red and pink. That is an enhanced or a high risk of very windy storms. Huge hail with the energy in the atmosphere will be possible where you see these lines, the hatched area. That's Fargo-Moorhead. That's southeast North Dakota. And sizable hail possible even in the northern valley. That tornado threat is greatest. Fargo, Highway 10, and point south early in the event, which will be dinner time through sunset. We'll keep you posted on all of that, or have the Valley News Live weather handy. As is usually the case this year, This will have an impact on rivers. We'll keep you posted based on where the thunderstorms do form and dump their heavy rain. Stacy, thanks for your Frazee photo. That is a calming one, and it looks like, well, I would enjoy some calming weather even if it's cooler. After Thursday's round of severe weather, it looks like Friday will be quiet and cooler into the weekend with sprinkles, but not severe weather. And looks pretty quiet and comfortably cool, we'll say, next week. And we deserve a stretch like that after the volatile weather we've had. Again, we'll keep you posted. Staying informed is the #1 thing you can do.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Up next on Valley News Live at 5, both sides are claiming progress. The latest on the war in Ukraine and the refugees coming to North Dakota.